Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Garage Biljon and my 924 Safari build. In the previous episodes, I completed the suspension lift on the car and I made sure that the clutch and the drivetrain and all those things work. I actually started the car again for the first time in 5 months. If you missed that, then I'll put a link up here for you to follow along. But in this episode, we are going to start the cosmetic work on this car. And there are a couple of things that needs to happen. One of them is, if you remember in my first video, the paint on this car is very bad, and I'm pretty sure as I've been working on it, you picked up on it. So I will be trying my hand at bodywork, which I've never really done in the last, I think, 25 years. The last time I did bodywork, I was not even 20 years old. And so that needs to happen. This will all get sanded down. I need to take down this roof rack because I have a better one on the floor there. I need to take out this hatch because, again, I've got a better one on the floor there. And I need to take out a bunch of trim like these guys so I can get them repainted, because even this is painted like crap. So this trim will come out. These trims will be painted back black. This will be painted again. These will be replaced with new rubbers. These handles will be repainted. It's not going to be painted by a professional. It's going to be painted by me. The last time I painted a car was in 1995 when me and my dad built me a VW Beetle. This time I don't have a compressor. I'm not using paint. I'm going to be using Plastidip. And I'm going to be using rattle cans. I think this will work because I'll be painting a section at a time, starting with the roof, and then I'll take off the bonnet and I'll paint the bonnet separately, and then I'll paint the nose cone and I'll paint the wings. I might even take the doors off to paint them separately. So I'm going to be doing section by section by section. Hopefully the end result will be nice. But if not, I'll pull it off and I'll take it to a professional to have Plastidip. It's going to be about $500-600 for them to do it. But then at least I know I've tried. So sit back, relax, and let's get going. Alright, so now we have the roof rack removed. The next thing for me to do is to take out these trim strips. I've already sprayed them in with a little bit of WD-40, but basically it's an aluminium strip that runs the length of the windscreen, and it's made out of 3 pieces. So there's one on the top and there are 2 on the sides, and it's held in by little metal clips, and hopefully they are all intact and working, but if not, I can still buy them luckily. So let me quickly get this done, then I'll take the top one out, and then we need to take out this gutter, which is an aluminium gutter as well. And once that is off, we are basically ready to start prepping the roof and the A-pillars. Alright, so I've now taken off the little clips from these studs in the window. I'll need to treat some of the surface rust that I'm seeing here. But this is the state of the clips that came off the car. These are 16 clips. Not a single one of them is really intact. Some of them are okay-ish. But I've ordered a new set, 16 of them. They are quite expensive at €5 per shot, so not a cheap thing to replace. But I know I'll sleep better knowing that these clips are not rusty, and that this will not continue rusting any further. So I'll be treating this when I've got the rest of the car sanded down. And you can see I've already started a little bit. I've taken some of the top coat off, and I've put some primer in the spots where I had to sand through all the way down to the metal. And over here you can see I'm also down to the metal. So everywhere where I get to the metal, I'll put a bit of primer and then I'll treat that. And I'm finding a couple of dents that I'll need to treat. But for now, I'm just going to sand the car down, making sure that all the surfaces are smooth. And then once that is done, we can start doing some body work. And once the body work is done, we'll start plastic dipping. All right, so I'm going to start sanding the bonnet now. And for that, I need to take out these sprayers. And it's just a matter of you clamping them with a set of pliers, and then they should pop out. But I'll first pull off the hose, and then we'll get them out of the bonnet. And then I can sand the outside. This inside I'll also paint, but that's not for today. So bonnet's done, nose cone is done, this guy's done. This is where the worst dents are. Something happened on this side of the car, so I've sanded it down as much as I can. This is a big dent. There was some rust in the steel here, so I'm treating it with Brunox. The same goes for here. I've banged this out with a hammer already when I had the bumper off. It's a little bit better, but this is going to need body filler, this is going to need body filler, and this guy's going to need some body filler. So I'm going to let the Brunox dry out a little bit, then I'll sand it down again slightly. And then I'm going to start body filling this panel. And then we have a door lift, a rear quarter lift, another rear quarter, another door, and another wing. All right, so it's time for me to start sanding down this door. And in order for me to do so, I need to take off the mirror and I need to take off the door handle. And the only way to do that is for me to disassemble the inside of the door, take out that little handle, the armrest, all those things. Once that's taken off, then I can start taking off the insides of the door handle. Alright, so the handle is held into place by a little screw. This is the only thing that's holding the handle into the door. So you take this out and then you have to do one last thing. And that is right in there. That little grommet thingy there has to be popped off. If you can pop that off, then you can pull the handle out. So that's what I'm going to do now. And she's out. This was quite a struggle. So this is the one I showed you, and there's another white little clip on this one which operates the lock. So you need to pop that off as well, but this one's straightforward and I don't have to explain it to you. It's easy to do. This one's difficult. You just have to keep on playing with it until it lets go. There's no other way. All right, to remove the mirror, we just need to pop it out this way. And you'll see there's an Allen key there, and this Allen key has to come loose, and then we can bring the whole system out of the car. I'm quite worried that the nuts under there is destroyed, but we'll see, and I'll make a plan if I have to. Alright, so you guys have been seeing me struggling with this, so let me show you what I did wrong and what you should do right. So let's go to the workbench quick. Alright, excuse the mess, but this is the workbench, so I want to show you how this thing fits together. What you need to do is you need to pry loose the glass from this backing plate, and that's with these 3 pins that sits in there like this. Once you have that loose, you have to loosen these 4 little screws, and once you have those screws loose, then you can loosen 3 bolts that sit in here. And once you have those 3 bolts loose, then you finally get access to, let me just throw that stuff away, to this plug. And this plug is what I needed to unplug to expose the pins. And now I'm using a de-pinning tool. I'll link this up for you guys. It's very cheap. It's like a couple of bucks on Amazon. And it allows me to de-pin the wires, which will allow me to push it through the hole there and take this body completely off the car. It's the only way you can do this. Porsche did not think ahead. There's no plug inside there that you can disconnect. This is the way to do it. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the comments. So I'm going to de-pin this thing, and then we'll finally have this off the car. And we start from this indentation. So the indentation has brown wires, then the gray wire, then the black wire, then the white wire, and then again the brown wire. All right, now that we know that, we can start de-pinning. Alright, this door is done. I've put some primer on the spots where I sanded through, so I'll come back and sand those down again with a finer grit. But this door is done. I thought this was a replacement door, but it's actually not, because the blue is coming through this one. The bonnet's not original, there's no blue on that. But this guy is still original, so I will now do the rest. But I think this is where I'm going to end this episode, because I'd like your input. So down here, that guy is the color that I've chosen to splash dip, and I've got about 30 cans up there. But my question to you guys is, do I paint this mirror white, or do I paint it the same blue? And the same goes for the guttering that runs over the door there that I took off. Do I paint those blue as well, or do I give them a deviating color? I'm not sure what's going to look nice on this car. I do think the white mirror might just be a little bit of fun, so I might do that. For the rest, let me know what you guys think. I do have some stickers that I ordered for this car, which will make it look really nice and like a vintage rally car. So I'll get those on. I'll maybe show them to you in the next episode. I'll take them out of the box. But this is where we are for now. Please let me know what you think with the color scheme. Do you think I'm nuts trying to plastic dip this from cans? The problem is I did ask a friend to give me two people actually, to give me a date for getting this car painted up. And because of the craziness in the world, the first date I can get is June, and the other guy that I connected said to me in August. So if I'm going to paint this car professionally, it's going to happen in the winter of 2023, because I'm going to be driving this thing all the way through until December. Thank you for watching. I know this is not super exciting, but it is taking me a long time. This is a lot of work getting through this dodgy paint. I don't know what it is. It seems to be sort of kind of rubbery, so it might even be that they painted this thing with Hammerite. But anyway, I'm sanding through it. I'm getting there. It's looking a lot better. I will do a couple of test spots with a plastic dip to make sure it doesn't react to the paint that's on there. And once that's okay, we'll do the whole thing. But let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.